damages totaling just over $1 million. The colonial house on Maple Street was listed for sale, attracting immediate interest despite the circumstances. My family's public apology appeared in the newspaper, a carefully worded admission of guilt that satisfied the legal requirements while attempting to salvage what little dignity they had left. But the damage to their standing in the community was irreparable. My father's business partners bought him out at a fraction of his shares worth, eager to distance themselves from the scandal. My mother resigned from her remaining social committees before she could be asked to leave. Olivia's law firm completed their investigation and terminated her employment, citing ethical concerns. Meanwhile, I flourished. I quit my job at the bookstore and used part of my settlement to open my own small publishing house specializing in literary fiction, a dream I had never dared to pursue while living under my family's shadow. I bought a comfortable townhouse in a vibrant neighborhood of the city, decorating it exactly as I pleased without anyone's criticism. I started therapy to begin healing from years of emotional abuse and neglect, and most satisfyingly, I made an offer on the colonial house on Maple Street once it was listed, an offer that was quickly accepted. On the day of closing, I stood on the wraparound porch, keys in hand, looking out at the tree-lined street. This house had been my dream since childhood, and now it was mine. Not because I had stolen it or manipulated my way into it, but because I had claimed what was rightfully mine and made my own choices about how to use it. As I unlocked the front door, my phone buzzed with a text from my mother. "Please, Eleanor, can we talk? We're still family." I didn't respond. They had forfeited the right to call themselves my family when they chose to betray me in the most fundamental way. 6 months after the settlement, I hosted a housewarming party at the Colonial on Maple Street. I invited the friends I had made since breaking free from my family's influence, fellow publishers, authors, people who valued me for who I truly was. The house was filled with laughter and warmth, so different from the cold criticism that had dominated my family's gatherings. As I refilled a guest's wine glass, I glanced out the window and saw a familiar car drive slowly past the house. Olivia, looking in at the life I had built from the ruins of her betrayal. Our eyes met briefly before she accelerated away, disappearing down the street. I felt no satisfaction in her continued pain, but I felt no regret either. She had made her choices, as had our parents. Now, they were living with the consequences. My father forced into early retirement, my mother socially ostracized, Olivia working at a small law office 2 towns over, her engagement and dreams of a perfect wedding long gone. They had lost their golden child and the secure future they had planned, all because they had underestimated the daughter they had dismissed for so long. They had thought I was weak, invisible, easily manipulated. They had never bothered to see the strength and resilience I had developed precisely because of their neglect. As my last guest departed that evening, I stood in the doorway of my beautiful home, watching the sunset paint the wraparound porch in shades of gold. I thought about my grandmother, who had loved me enough to ensure I received my fair share of her estate. I thought about Mr. Peterson and Mr. Dawson, who had helped me fight for what was rightfully mine. And I thought about my family, who had never truly been family at all. I closed the door, locking it securely behind me. The past was closed now too. I had built something new from the wreckage of betrayal, a life that was entirely my own, founded on vindication rather than victimhood. That night, I slept peacefully in my dream home, without a single regret for the family I had left behind. They had taught me one valuable lesson, that I was stronger than anyone, including myself, had ever believed. And for that unexpected gift of self-discovery, I supposed I could almost thank them. Almost, but not quite. Some betrayals can never be forgiven. Some wounds never fully heal. But I had found something better than forgiveness or healing. I had found justice, and that was enough.